Chuck, what are you doing? Chuck, what are you doing in that pool? Oh, way to go, buddy. Weirdos. Happy Monday, guys. It's Ben. I know it hasn't even been a week yet, but I thought I would do an extra video this week because I took some footage of me and Chuck doing our thing this week, and that is doing my exercise, getting my exercise in, my 3 days a week like I told you guys at the beginning we were going to do. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, I wanted to comment on a comment that was made in my last video, and an OG comment at that. This guy's been hanging around since the beginning of my channel. I really appreciate him commenting because it gets me to thinking. The comments, if you guys have not commented on my videos yet, please do so. Even if it's just to say hi, I love the interaction. I don't always get to every single comment, but I try to. Sometimes get a little bit busy. Anyway, shout out to OG Peter Dunbar for his last comment. He was telling me how he started 10 weeks ago, April 24th to be exact of 2024, and he's down 90 pounds already, you guys. 90 pounds. What is it, September 12th, 13th, something like that, 14th? I'm not really sure. I'm retired. I retired at the beginning of the month, and I stopped keeping track of days. I barely know what day of the week it is. I responded to him. I said, I bet you feel like a different person now that you've lost enough weight to make an entirely different person. 90 pounds, you can make another person with that kind of weight, man. That is a huge accomplishment. I wanted to shout him out on the channel and say congratulations on that. It's massive. But it's what he goes on to say later after I respond to that that got this comment, you know, the attention that it's getting today, because what a great comment. It's going to get you guys thinking too. He said he sure does feel like a different person, and as he tries to break bad habits, he's able now to do things that he never was able to do before. And that got me thinking. That made me wonder about stuff. It's like, what can I do now that I've lost all the weight from 250 down to 155 last weigh-in? By the way, guys, my weigh-in videos I still do those once a week, and normally they're on Wednesday. I try to get them around the middle of the week. So come back on Wednesday to see how my weight's doing this week. Like I was saying, I get easily distracted in case you haven't noticed. What are some of the things that I can do now that I couldn't do before? Like stairs. It's not that I couldn't do them, it's that I wouldn't do them because it was just too exhausting, man. I'd be wore out by the time I did one flight of stairs. Now if it's only like 2 or 3 flights of stairs to get to where I'm going, I take the stairs every time. I don't know, it makes me feel good doing stupid stuff like that I couldn't do before. I know a lot of people take that stuff for granted, like, well, here's something else. Walking from the outside of the parking lot all the way into the building without having to stop 2 or 3 times just to catch my breath. That's a thing. Also, the walking, and we're going to be getting to that in just a second with Chuck. I'm going to show you how our walk went today and kind of explain how things are going with our walks. But I never would have done that before I lost the weight. For one thing, I didn't want to be seen in public, right? The less I was seen, the better, I know. That goes to my mental health, and I wasn't a very confident fat person. You know how some fat guys just seem like overly confident with their weight? I never was. Not that I showed it too much, but inside, right? I was always very self-conscious about how I looked going out in public, so I wouldn't, as much as possible, I wouldn't do it. And that was another reason that I didn't go to gyms. I'm not going to gyms yet either, but you know, now I don't think that I would be as afraid to anymore if I did start going to the gym. And you know, I've been tossing the idea around. First, I want to get this walking thing under my belt, and I want to achieve my fitness goals with that. I want to get to a certain fitness level with that, and then I'm going to move on to doing weights and stuff like that, with or without a gym. By the way, I wanted to ask you guys, before I go, what are some of the things you guys that have been successful or that are succeeding in the process of succeeding, and you've lost all that weight so far, what are some of the things that you can't do, or some of the things that you can do now that you couldn't before? One of my things, and I just thought about it, was bending over and pulling my foot up onto my lap so I could like massage my own foot. I never used to be able to do that. My stomach would get in the way, right? I'd have to like contort myself sideways to get to it. Now I can just bring it right up and do it like I'm sitting on a chair or something. It's incredible. I know the little things that some people take for granted that I'm just learning. I'm just learning all the new things that I can do now, and there's going to be plenty more. Anyway, you guys, let's get to that walk with Chuck real quick, and we'll see you again Wednesday. Hey guys, I just thought I'd give you a little bit update on the how the walking thing is going. When I first started this, I told you guys that I was going to do it like 3 times a week, and I was going to limit my times to 5 to 10 minutes because I was just getting started, and I didn't want to overdo it and get in so much pain that I didn't feel like doing it anymore. I have learned over the many years that if I go into something full bore and I try to hit it as hard as I possibly can on day 1, normally by about day 7, I'm about done with that, right? I'm not feeling like it. I'm too sore to go. It's just not enjoyable. But this time I decided to limit myself 5 to 10 minutes at the beginning per walk. And that was about 3 weeks ago. The last time Chuck and I went walking, we went like 40 minutes. So now our times, even though I'm aiming for like 15 to 20 minutes, our times seem to be 25 to 40 minutes now, depending on how we're feeling that morning and what the temperature's like. This morning, it's 6:15 in the morning right now. The sun's coming up. Well, sunset's officially at 7:14, but it's starting to make its way up. And Chuck and I like going out at this time in the morning. Normally it's a little bit chillier. Today it's about 60, so it's not too bad. And Chuck is ready to go. Chuck,
are you ready to go, buddy? You ready, bud? Oh, excuse you. Sit. Good boy. Okay, you want to smell it? Good boy. Good boy, Chuck. Let me put it on. Sit. Sit. Good boy. No, you got to get used to it. Sit. Sit. Come on. I know you're sighted. Come on. Let me put it on here. That's a good boy. Good boy, Chuck. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let me get you in frame. You're so crazy. Come on.
so just a little update on our walk. We're going to get going now. I'm going to concentrate on him. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. So it's just before 7:14 a.m. sunrise almost. You guys might just see it. We're about 5 minutes from home, and we've been going now for about 40 minutes. So this is going to be about a 45-minute walk. Chuck just wanted to keep going, and like I said earlier in an earlier video, Chuck's a lot of motivation for me getting out here every morning, because I know he's dependent on me 3 times a week now to get out and do this, and he just loves it. And by the way, Mike Dietz, 1223, I really do appreciate you suggesting these Brooks shoes. They've made a world of difference. I thought my slippers were comfortable walking. These things are great. They provide that like extra little support because they're a little bit tighter than those slippers, and I don't get that ankle roll that sometimes you get when you're old like me. Anyway.
Chuck's doing great, aren't you, Chuck? He has to smell every single mailbox. There's a lot of people that walk their dogs in our neighborhood. Come on. And we have no sidewalks, so kinda the pavement gets hot during the summer, so a lot of people just let their dogs walk on these front lawns. Nobody cares in the neighborhood. And every dog pees along this way. So there's plenty of stuff for Chuck to check out. Plenty of new smells and dogs that he hasn't met yet. He's just loving it.
Anyway, like I said, here's my update for the walking. Doing great. I am keeping to my... Oh.
Chuck, what are you doing? Are you going crazy? Come here. Oh, no. No. Come on. Chuck. What are you doing, crazy? Chuck, are you loving it, buddy? Chuck, are you having a good time? Chuck, hey.
getting home just in time to see the sunset rise. I'm gonna pour myself a cup of coffee, sit on the back porch and watch it come up, and listen to all the people getting up, going to work, while I sit in my backyard retired.
Did you have a good time, Chuck? Good morning, Jet Jet. Are you hungry, Chuck? You want to eat? Hi, Maggie. What are you doing? Are you guys ready to eat? Are you hungry? Are you guys hungry? Do you want to eat? Are you hungry?
Getting ready to have a cup of coffee and enjoy my day of retirement.